So there we go. Now we can get into the big news. Tucker Carlson is out at Fox. Tucker is done at Fox News. The term they're using is parted ways. I have a theory. My theory on Tucker leaving Fox News, and the only reason I say this is because Thursday or Friday, the news came down, I think it was Thursday, that Fox had settled their lawsuit with Dominion, the vote machine people, and that they'd settled for $780 million or something like that. I believe that part of that settlement, because they were suing Fox for like $2 billion. That's pretty much all of 1 year's worth of profits for Fox News. And they wanted the $2 billion. They settled for $780 million. I believe, and if you want to push back on me on this one, I'll probably fold because I have no knowledge of this. I'm not obviously not an insider in any way. I think Tucker was part of the deal. I think those people, meaning Dominion and the people on kind of that end of things, they've had it with this guy. They've had it with Lindell. They've had it with, Hannity didn't really push it as hard, but they've had it with all of these people. They've sued them all into oblivion. They've sued them all back into a corner. In my opinion, Dominion was asking. Dominion was seeing what they could get in this settlement, and they probably asked for Tucker, Ingram, and Hannity. They asked for all of them. And Fox said, how about Hannity? And they went, how about Tucker? And Fox said, it's better than going to trial for $2 billion. I mean, think about this. What's Alex Jones from InfoWars? Alex Jones was sued for like, what did he get sued for? Like $1 billion? The judgment they made against him was way more than what he was being sued for. I mean, they made an example of this guy. They fucking buried him. Why wouldn't they do the same thing to Fox News when it comes to Dominion? So let's say Fox News comes in and Fox News goes, they defend themselves, they go to trial, they lose, and the judgment goes for Dominion, but they go, oh, and you know what I've also decided is that for pain and suffering and loss of reputation and this and that, we're going to tack another $5 billion onto this judgment. And they just wreck Fox News. I don't think Fox wanted to go into the same situation that Alex Jones went into. I think Dominion had Fox News over a barrel on this because they had that stupid MyPillow fuck on there. And I think they just started asking for goodies in this settlement. And one of them that they got was Tucker Carlson. Why is Tucker gone out of the blue, out of nowhere? Why is Tucker all of a sudden at the top of his game, biggest ratings in the world in that genre of television, the hottest cable news guy out there? He just the Fox News executives woke up one weekend and said, "Fuck this Tucker guy. We'll do it with somebody else." They just wanted to hit the reset button. No, they had to have forced their hands. Had to. Like Hannity will wear a CIA pin. They don't see him as a threat to the established order. But Tucker, you never could quite tell where Tucker was going. Tucker was a different dude. So as far as like why this happened all of a sudden, other than the lawsuit, I have no idea why they would get rid of the guy. Phil P says, stop saying dumb shit. Okay, well, you start a show and we'll see how your dumb shit matches with my dumb shit. We'll see who does it better. I'm looking forward to the competition. Carlson's last show was Friday, the network said. We thank him for his service to the network and as a host, and prior to that, as a contributor, the network said in a statement. Fox said it would air a new program called Fox News Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, starting Monday evening as an interim show helmed by rotating Fox personalities until a host is named. Fox News Tonight. You better fucking pick someone quick. That is a dog shit name. The only problem is, this is a good thing, I guess, for Fox. Their competition is so shitty that 7 o'clock spot will be number one. It won't do Tucker numbers, but it'll be number one. And maybe that's part of the point Fox is proving, is because people were posting their stock price today and it went down like 1.5%. That's tip money to those guys. I think what Wall Street understands and what everyone else understands, Fox was around and incredibly successful before Tucker Carlson, and I like Tucker, but they'll be around and incredibly successful after Tucker's gone. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, they lost at that time the biggest name in cable news. They fired him for being a little handsy, touchy, creepy with the girls, Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly, arguably every bit as big, if not bigger, than Tucker Carlson. More people were watching TV back then. And they got rid of Bill O'Reilly, and I remember people saying back then, oh my God, what will they do? No O'Reilly. I mean, if you don't have O'Reilly, I mean, you're fucked. He's the biggest guy on Fox. In comes this we remember him as the bow tie wearing guy from Crossfire, talking a bunch of shit, making a lot of noise. And he takes over and he picks right up where O'Reilly left off. Glenn Beck was massive on Fox News. They got rid of Glenn Beck. Oh my God, what will they do with Glenn Beck? It worked out fine. So I think Fox is going to be okay. I think this is, Phil P says, no, I meant Tucker. Sorry. Phil, I'm sorry. I haven't seen you in our chat before either. I don't want us to get off on the wrong foot, buddy. My bad. Oh, sorry, Phil. Apologies. Johnny K says, Fox stock went down 3%. Okay, 3%. 3% they went down. They're going to be fine. Besides, I don't think they're so agreeable to this move if they don't have someone waiting in the wings. I want to see if anybody in the chat is doing thinking the same thing I'm thinking for his replacement. No return trip, not Dylan Mulvaney. I don't think it's going to be them. And people are saying, Rupert Murdoch has been wanting to fire him for a while. Look, I don't know how much sway Rupert Murdoch has in that company anymore. I think his kids run it, and his kids are a lot further to the left than he is. I'm not saying they're like raging lefties, but they're far more moderate. Some people have even said center left than Rupert Murdoch is. So I don't know how many of the shots Rupert's calling. I know Hannity's happy. Oh, shit, Hannity gets to be the superstar again. He was getting outshone by Tucker Carlson, but I think those days might be done. Let's see what people are. I don't think anyone said the name I'm thinking for his replacement. Brian Kilmeade. Yeah, there we go. Sid Saraf said it. I think they got Gutfeld. I think Gutfeld is looking to be the new Tucker Carlson. I think he's looking to be the new guy. Now, they've got him on late night right now, and I still think he has better ratings than the other late night people. So, I don't... Yeah, but you know what, though? Fox News is in the primetime business. They're not in the late night business. Plus, if you put Gutfeld in there, there's a chance Fox News' audience maybe gets under the age of 62 for once. So he could help them there. I think they've been grooming Gutfeld to take that spot over. And I think he would be, will his act play at primetime? Because he is a little more smart ass, the older people might not like that. I personally think he would do great. Happy Plague Doctor with $5 says, why does this strike you as bad? You're part of the Iron Age media too. Next interview with Tucker will be epic. I mean, I don't think I'm upset about it or anything else. I just think it's major news. I think it's something to talk about on your show. I think it's interesting to speculate on what's going to happen next. That's all. By the way, 2:15 away after Happy Plague Doctor chipped in with that 5. Appreciate it, guys. All the links are there in the chat. Dabblers Unanimous says Kilmeade is boring, but Gutfeld could work. Yeah. My Lost Interest says it's possible, Aaron. Settlements often include many other stipulations that can't be revealed. I do. I think Tucker was part of that settlement. I'm not going to die on that hill if someone goes, no, because from this perspective, you couldn't ask for this, and I don't think they would have done that. If somebody explained it in a way that legally made sense, I'd be like, yeah, I can't fucking defend myself. But if anyone looks at me and goes, it's possible, I'd go with it. I'd go with that. Tucker was a sacrifice made to the Dominion lawsuit, in my opinion. Tucker will be fine, by the way. He'll get offered deals. I bet you Daily Wire's happy that they didn't sign Crowder to that $50 million deal. Crowder's falling the fuck apart. He'll be fine. I mean, his show will still go on. He'll still make a fuckload of money. But, personally and professionally, he's taking a beating right now. And then you've got the Landau shit going on. And Daily Wire, maybe... Wouldn't that be something if Tucker Carlson takes the $50 million that Crowder didn't take? What an asshole Crowder would look like at that point. Dave Phillips says, doesn't Gutfeld already have a show? Yeah, but I mean, a primetime show on the most watched news network in the world. I think he'd probably give up his late night show for that. Laughing Lion says, Ray Epps speaks weekdays on Fox this fall. There you go. Get Ray Epps in there. Stevie J says, maybe Gutfeld will focus on the blackface and misogyny like Jimmy Kimmel. Maybe. Let's continue on here. I lost the chat for a little bit. Sid Saraf says, just worried it could be a Conan situation where his act doesn't work in primetime. Yeah, I get that. That's a concern that Gutfeld may not work in primetime. Zen Rhino says, what sound does better numbers and his slot than Kimmel or Colbert, so he's not going to want to leave for Tucker's slot? Yeah, but I think the audience sizes are incomparable. Kyle W. with $5 says, I think it was the recent Musk interview that got him fired. I mean, honestly, if you wanted a conspiracy theory, or not a conspiracy theory, but if you wanted a guess of what was, the last straw for Tucker Carlson, you could pick a bunch of things. You could pick a bunch of shit. He probably does stuff. I don't watch him, but you could probably pick stuff on a nightly basis that could get him canned from there. Tucker going to the Shuley network, says Brian. Again, they're kind of like steel toe. Let me dig in the couch cushions and see what I can get for Tucker. Tucker's going to get a podcast like Dan Bongino. I don't know. Like, Tucker's such a big deal. Daily Wire, Rumble, Blaze. They'll all be throwing deals at him. They'll be throwing offers at him. But I don't know. I think if you're Tucker, you're probably going to have, unless you do it on your own, unless you decide that you're going to lean in and just start your own thing, you're probably going to have to take a little bit of a pay cut, because you guys can say what you want about legacy media, but if you're in this business, there's still nothing. If you're in the podcast whatever business, there's still not going to be anything in this world that pays you as much. I mean, unless you get Rogan level and you can do Spotify, radio still is going to be able to pay you the best, because there's these big legacy companies that have deep pockets and still turn a profit. A syndicated radio deal is still the best you're going to do talking into one of these. It just is. Just the way it's financed. TV, same thing. Big network deal is still, I mean, those guys, they've been around for 100 years. They've got shitloads of money to throw around. It's still the biggest money you're going to get in that world. So I think if Tucker's going to go to work for the Daily Wire, or if he's going to work for the Blaze, he's probably going to have to take a little bit of a haircut or get a piece of the company. One of the two.